here, and we are at vlog episode number 4. And today I just want to talk to you about productivity and motivation, and in particular self-motivation. It is definitely a question that I get asked a lot when it comes to how I do what I do and how I find the motivation to do what I do. So I want to answer that in a couple of parts. So the first part is that in terms of motivation, it's not really something that I've thought about before, because I am someone who's always been driven. I've always had an inner drive or that self-motivation to do something that I set my mind to. So I just wanted to kind of preface that and say that that's part of my personality. However, there are definitely some things that you can consistently do to self-motivate or to get yourself motivated. And probably the number one biggest thing is having a really strong why as to why you want to do something, because I feel like if you don't have that, then it makes it very difficult to stay motivated. Because why are you doing what you're doing? Like, why are you doing something different? Why are you stepping out and doing something that's kind of outside the norm? How can you stay on task, and how can you stay on track, and how do you stay motivated without having a strong enough why? So that's probably the biggest thing, is just having that why as to why you're doing it. Like for me, it's all about freedom and choice. So the choice to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And there's lots of things that make up that, part of that is being able to spend time with the people that I want to spend time with on and on, as long as I want to, without having to watch a clock or anything like that. So it's just figuring out what that is, and that will be a big part of the motivation. And then number 2, it is just being consistent in doing stuff that motivates you. So for me, it is getting up early in the morning, so 5:30 for me, and doing some meditation to focus back in on and being mindful, because I find that I have a lot of inner chatter that goes on and can take me off tangents sometimes. So I do 10 minutes of meditation in the morning so that I can center myself and be mindful and aware of my surroundings and of me in the moment. So rather than always looking forward, which is definitely something that I have always done, I want to be more present and here in the moment. So that's something that I have consistently done since I quit my full-time job and went full-time in my side hustle, is that I've always consistently got up at 5:30 in the morning, because it just allows me to get a whole bunch of stuff done, and I work better in the mornings than I do in the afternoons. Now, the flip side of that is if you're someone that works completely opposite, like my husband is more of a nighttime person, so he likes to sleep in later, get up later, do things differently, and then he does his work in the afternoon and at night. That's just how he works. So it's figuring out what works for you, and then that continues to push you forward and motivate you. And then probably the other thing that I do to sort of be motivated or to keep myself on task is I have like a vision board and things around me that keep me motivated, that keep me on task. So when I'm feeling a little bit I've got something that kind of brings me back in and goes, okay, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. So that's kind of the motivation part. And then the other part is productivity. So for me, there are lots of productivity apps around and lots of things that you can do, and it's all about finding the one thing that will keep you on task. And for me, that is an app called Focus at Will. So you can find that at focusatwill.com, and it is all about focused time. And the Focus at Will app plays lots of different music, so you can choose music. It is fantastic for people who have ADHD, because there is a track on there that's perfect for that. So I use the app when I want to get stuff done. So if I have got an action block scheduled and I know I've got to do a whole bunch of stuff within that time, then I set my Focus at Will app, and it goes for about 60 minutes. I'll do a block of work, and then I'll take a 5-minute break. And so the Focus at Will app just plays this awesome music. It's all scientifically picked, and that when that is on, my brain knows that it's work time, that I am doing something that I need to focus on, and it just blocks out distractions. So that's all that I use really to keep me on task, is the Focus at Will app. So for you, it's about finding a productivity app or something, a system that works for you, and you just really only need that one thing. So that's how I stay motivated. That's my productivity tip, just that one thing. I hope you found this useful, and if you want me to cover anything at all, make sure you leave it something in the comments below and I'll cover it in another episode, or I'm happy to answer your question. You can also email me, lise@outsourcefreelancingsuccess.com, and I will talk to you soon.